Hey everyone, today I thought it's time to talk a little bit about the Eden ranking system, especially for those who haven't played Conflict yet. And yeah, it's the first season of Conflict, and for those who are just interested about how things can work out, how things do work out. And in my example, I took the current Eden map 59. Okay, so let's jump into it and find out. Okay, so the current Eden map, this was the data from the first day we did record. Oops, sorry for this. So, as you can see, we have north versus south. North with around 71 G power and south with only, let's say, 63, 64 G power. It's already a big difference, and the bigger difference is if you check down here the members, so you can see that even though North has less members, they have way more power. This is already a big indicator that they have better members at all, so like on skill level, on dedication, how often you play the game, how long you're into the game, how you can deal with your castle and all the stuff about it. So if you take a look at the map, you can see from north you have Win over here. That's in this Eden bracket, the probably best alliance according to power with 32.2 G power. And you have also Schwarz in this sector 1 for them and some other lower alliances. So same as here, the only alliances that's maybe a little bit worth to mention is Core, but not really because it's, you can see it's 8.7 G power by 86 members. Nothing really to mention about. Over here on Sector 4, it's the same, and on Sector 3, it's okay, combined, it's pretty good. So if you go around over here, the sector is pretty low also, and just nothing over 10G. It's really bad. So where it's getting important is Sector 2 over here. You have DXP with almost 21G power by somewhere around 100 members. That's more important, and maybe to mention 19X, but also, nothing compared to others. And you can see over here, not really something in it. And then this is super important. You can see in Sector 4, there's not a single castle inside, okay? Not a damn single castle inside the whole sector. And why this is important, that's because when gates open, so for those who didn't play Eden yet or Conflict, gates do open to a different time, so on the second Tuesday, after let's say 10 days, the outer gates over here, and over here. So let's say these ones over here, they do open, so 8 gates. They do open up, and there's basically a race against each other to reach all these structures. So over here it was pretty simple, the guilds could line up here, guilds could line up here, and then progress forward into the central area. Even though those guilds are not very, very strong, there's an easy way to handle this. So what you do, you just get one castle out of these guilds, and they say, okay, let's tile to this position over here. So they just put members there. They don't have, they're not in the guild, so you tell them, okay, 24 hours before reset and those gates open, just leave the guild and place a tile over here, and over here. So what they do, they then just come in here, okay, let's say they form one big guild, get over here, move to this town, take this town, and then the member can join. And they instantly have tiles over here, can place their castles over here, take this gate, and then progress. Mind, this is super important, So, on the other hand, on the south side, there's not a single castle. This was never a chance to do, So, the counterpart of the strongest alliance in the whole Eden bracket, not the map, the whole Eden bracket, had no opponent on the other side. You know, this sector was completely open. And the other part is, look where the gates are located. You only need to go from here to here to here to even reach it. You know, if you had something like here, you just can get straight over. You don't need to take any other bridge, other town, other gate. You know, you just get over here, tile your way over. There's actually a spot where you can just tile through. You don't have to go around all the way, but never mind. This is not possible here, you know? So over the other side, you have to go over here, over here, over here. And then this is just super rigged, you know? I mean, it's the worst possible scenario you can ever get on this map. And as said, if you check the power, it's just, you know, this is not a thing that should work out very well. Anyways, the other point about it is that two big guilds are always matched against each other. So in this case, the top guild over here, Win, is from state 201. The other top guild from south is from state 293. So what tells you this is that Win is more than 4 months older than DXP. Okay, so that means they have 4 months more time to develop their guild. Yeah, this is in technology power, you know, in guild technology, in lofty warrior tech, in I mean every part of the game, you know, they are just more developed, and you can see this over here. If you check, look at the rankings. Let me open this very fast over here, and just check Lord Power ranking, and this is for the whole map. You know, it's like, okay, this is what, like 1.4G power, and then check the lines, the guild. You see any other guild in here? And over here on place 12, there's one DXP cursor, and let's go down, let's go down. And suddenly you have one over here, but that's it, you know. Then you have another one. So, as you can see, this is the reality. And why this is important is because if you go to kill ranking, it's a completely different story. You know, you have many other people. You know, you have Majun over here, you have Vang over here, you have Connie, you know, you have Alucard. See all these kills? This is amazing. You know, so it's not like people are unexperienced or you know, have worse tactics or whatever. It's just like that the difference between these 4 months is so huge you can never catch up. So here, if you just sum everything up, you know, you have less power from the beginning of all the map. You have less members on average, which are good. You have these 4 months difference between the guilds, and then these huge impact over here that one zone has not a single castle inside to raise at the beginning. So this is when I say that's the most rigged map on Eden I've ever seen. It's probably the map, and this is where developers failed the most. It is so bad. It's like the worst job of any map I've ever seen the developer can do. This is super bad. So if we go through the Eden season a little bit, you can see this was actually the first, after the first Tuesday, these gates opened, and you can see they haven't been even able to take their own sector because they had this way better map. You can see they just went over here, went over here, went over here, and could take this. You know, from here it was free entry, because by the time the XP had to go around, there was like no chance. How can they go around? On this map, it's a little bit bad because the sector 3 guild has the same color as the XP, which sucks a bit, but you know, doesn't really matter, you know. So over here, it was okay, you know. They went over here, they had a good call, could take this territory over here, it's done. But, as you can see, after the next day of structure days on Thursday, after Thursday, the map looked like this, you know. They had other guilds come over here. Yeah, and like the small guilds, you know, who just can ignore you all the time. So they secured this area, as I said before, but then they pushed over here. They pushed back, you know. So they pushed all the way back from here. They just landed over here, and then just took this gate, took this gate, took this gate, went over here, took this gate, and took all the area over here. And there's just like nothing you can do. We did try, and but this just come to the point where we have sitting at the gate, and on the other side was Win, and they just placed the pet in there and reinforced it in the middle of our tiles. And because they had this 4-month advantage of improving the castles, there was no chance we could break this pet. No chance in the world. We probably, the whole guild lost like 3G of power. You know our guild. Just by trying to break it was not possible. And it's not like our people are not investing, like last season. And we actually had to plan to stop fighting because there were no packs available to buy anymore on the store. So it's not like, oh yeah, you need to invest more. No, it's not the problem. The game just didn't let us buy it and let us buy more stuff. So it has to come as come. After 1 week, the next 4 gates to open, and now this is what the map looks like. So, and this is just one guild, but the guild is doing everything by themselves. The other guilds, other North, it's all shit. It's like, if Win wouldn't be on the map, it would be super one-sided the other way. So if it would be a good map and go to the beginning, if it would be a really good map, what you would do, you would, sorry for this, you would just take out Win and DXP, and then it would be a very, very good Eden. But this way, when you put like in one of the oldest and the strongest alliance versus one of the youngest alliance, but also strong alliance, there's no chance in the world this can work. So this is how the ranking system can work, and it's a really bad ranking system, and it's pure bullshit, seriously. So if I would be the owner of the company and my developers would implement such a bullshit, because this is losing people's game. It's like people stop playing the game on both sides because it's not fun for Win. Why people play? It's not for rewards. You have everything in the game already. You don't need the reward. You want to have fun at the game and you want to have good opponents. And for the XP, it's like, yeah, why should we play? You can't win anything because the map is rigged. Just stop playing. And if we talk about money in total, you have members who maybe invest in a fight like $1,000 just for one fight, So I don't know. If my developers in my company would do such a bad job, I would fire them immediately because they lose money for the company. And this is exactly what they're doing with the current Ian system. And everybody knows on this channel who was watching my videos, I'm always very positive about the game. I always said like, okay, doesn't matter if you pay money or not. It's like everybody has his place, because you get ranked in the system, So you have 1 week of matchmaking, and then they are ranked against each other, and this should be taken into account, like how strong the alliance is, and match it together, So it's an equal map. But as you can see on this part over here, how is this equal? I mean, there's like no doubt we need to talk about that this is not an equal map, So all I can say is, and I have to take back everything I said in my videos before, don't play the game. Don't do it. It's nothing to enjoy. It's bad, and I have to say this is the reality right now. If anybody would ask me, should I start playing? No, don't, because developers can't do their job. And that's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.